Good morning, everyone. How is everybody doing this morning? Well, actually, it's afternoon. I forgot I got up early. And I've been out already. I've been to the UPS store to try to return the headphones, and I didn't have the right code or the right something. And I called back, came back, and got in a little, word passing, angry with Amazon. My buddy, I got upset with my buddy. And someone they were doing like they were doing me a favor. No, 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 no. I'm doing you a favor because y'all sent the extra, headsets because it wasn't delivered before, so you sent me another one. And then 2 days, 2 or 3 days, I forget now. Later, they sent me another one. So I'm doing you a favor by trying to return the extra one that I received. But she said she was doing me a favor. Oh, heck no, she didn't. But anyway, she put me on hold and didn't come back. I said, well, I'll be darned. And I was going to go back because I had came home already. I went to the UPS store. I had 3 things to return. 2 headsets, earphones, whatever. And then I had a pair of leggings that I had ordered, I think, it was last month. I was still within my, time to send it back. And I sent those back, and they said that one was fine. The code, the QR code that I had for that one was fine. But this other stuff, there was a problem with it. So I came back home. That's when I came back home, and I was frustrated because I was hoping I was going to, just kill all those birds at one time. And it didn't work for me, and I ended up just taking one thing back. But I was going to go back up there. But then I got into the little, word passing with Amazon, and she went to put me on hold and didn't come back, and I didn't call them back, and so I just took my clothes off and said, that's it, tomorrow's another day. But then on tomorrow, I have to go to, on my ride, to go to Walmart, and I'm going to ShopRite. I got to pick up some meats because I got a couple of meats. And yesterday I cooked chicken. I forget to show y'all what I be cooking. Let me see. Let me see how it's looking today, y'all. Let's see. I took some, I'm trying to get it. Oh, brother, it's in there, but I don't know. It's a baked chicken that I baked. I can't take that back out right now, y'all, because I only got one hand free, and that sucker is heavy. You know how when you cook a chicken, there's a whole chicken in there, and then I've got carrots in there. I've got carrots, I've got potatoes, I've got onions in there, and the chicken, I split them down the back. Just like soul fatigue. I usually do that for years ago, but I did not split mine behind the back. I have to retract that statement. I split mine down the front, down the breastplate, down there. And then it's cruel to say it, but then you sort of break his back so he'll lay flat. And so that's the way I do mine. But she cut the whole thing out of the back of hers. And I think she makes, what do you call it? What do you call it? Chicken broth. Boy, I can't think and do 2 things at the same time, y'all. But anyway, I did cook that. Still didn't cook my cabbage. And hopefully I get around to the cabbage today. And I got to talking to my sister. I talked to her a long time. Let's try about 7 or 8 hours straight. And then I talked to my daughter, and my daughter and I told her about the suggestions that everyone had given me on the YouTube about the name, of my, what's wrong with that phone? And so I told her about the names that, everyone, where did I do it? Where did I put the suggestions that... I took my trash out. I hope I didn't throw it away. Oh, I have the AAG Crew, the AAG fam, AAG team, and then there's Team AAG, Team All Around Grandma, All Around Grandma Team. And then I had the wait a minute, what was it called? The AAGK. Now, that was for All Around Grandma Kids. That was one of the comments that I received. And AAG fam, I think that was from Amazon. I'm not an Amazon. Oh boy, got Amazon on my brain now. But anyway, I had these suggestions, and if I had my phone, but unfortunately, I'm talking on the phone that I have them on, have all the suggestions on, and so my daughter was doing a poll, like, within the family. You know, she's got, like, what do you call it, a site for a whole family, you know, the whole let's see if I can show you. I think this phone is gone, because I don't think I got no internet again on this phone. This phone was hacked before, and I believe somebody has hacked this phone again, because there's no internet on. Oh, there it goes. It wasn't on it before when I was in the bathroom. Because when I'm in the bathroom, I take my phone with me in the bathroom, especially if I'm going to be in there for a while. And I listen to the Amazon. Oh my goodness. The Amazon is out to get me, y'all. Especially if I'm in the bathroom for a long time. And so I was in there, and sometimes I sit in there so long, you know how you sort of get stuck to the toilet seat. I mean, when you do, when you do what you got to do, and then you're sitting there, you're into this and you're into that, but then when you get ready to get up, you're sort of stuck. Oh my goodness, that means you really have been in there for a long time. But I wasn't planning to go in there for a long time. But usually when I go to the bathroom, I take my phone with me. Just in case. You never know what's going to happen to you. And when you get older, you need a phone nearby. Like in my apartment right now, I got a phone right there. This is a phone right here. I've got a phone. I walk over here, and right there's another phone. And then I've got two cell phones. One that I'm talking on, one here. I've got another house phone in my bedroom right next to my bed. And sometimes I have my, I got some chicken on my tongue. And sometimes I have a phone on the night table, one of these phones right here on the night table. Yeah, and so there's always like a phone by me. I'll say about anywhere from 2 feet away, 3 feet away. And the longest stretch that there is no phone is when I go to the bathroom. That's why I've gotten into the habit of taking a phone to the bathroom with me. This is the same thing I used to try to tell my mother. Keep your phone with you. When you go to the bathroom, take your phone with you. This is because she was living by herself, and she lived in a house. And I'll tell you, I don't know if I told you what happened to my mother. She was in the bathtub. She had went up to take a bath. I guess she was tired, of not having a bath. And she had an upstairs and downstairs house. And she went up to the bathroom. And the bathroom, at that time, she didn't have a bathroom downstairs. Later on, we had a bathroom put, in the downstairs, with like just a shower, sink, and a commode. So that was downstairs. She didn't have a bathtub. But anyway, she didn't have the bathroom downstairs at the time. And so she's upstairs trying to take a bath. I forgot how old she was at the time. It was just before she had gone into the convalescent home. But she was in the bathtub for 2 days. Couldn't get out. And the worst, and then the strangest thing about this, because we have been telling her, take your phone with you. When you go, you take your phone with you. And so she's up there in the bathroom. She's got the phone. Now, at this particular time, my mother, not my mother, but my sister, she had gone downtown. Not, oh boy, downtown. She had gone down south for some reason. I forgot what it was. I think one of her girlfriends or something had went down south. But see, I didn't know she was gone. I had no idea that she was gone. It was like we didn't have the communication that we should have had, But I guess we didn't know that she would get stuck in the bathtub. You don't know these things. But, as I get older, I see now that my mother was probably going through some things that we didn't even realize she was going through, because she tried to keep it hidden. It was hidden, because I guess she wanted to make sure she tried to stay home for as long as she could. But anyway, so finally, I forgot how she got out of there. But my sister's daughter, had gotten a phone call that my mother was in the hospital and they needed, I don't know, somehow or another they contacted me, because I had that, I was the next closest kin at that time. Because my sister was gone, it's me. And so they had called me, and I had to go and sign some papers or something like that. I forgot exactly what it is. But that's the reason that I, try to carry a phone around, with me. And I do have one of those things, I've had it for quite some time, that you put around your neck for a phone. As a matter of fact, there it is right there hanging on the door. Here it is, right? Let's show you. I got it from, see, you put it, let me turn this heat off. It was cold this morning. I was a little chilly, even when I went out, but I had on my, turn this heater off. And I bought this from Temu. I think this was in the first order that I had ordered from Temu. But I'm scared I might lose my phone, or, it goes in like this. But I don't know if you see, I got a cover on here, so which makes the phone even bigger. I think my phone is too big for these. And it goes like, you know how it goes like a stretch, and it gets real tight. Really tight around your phone. I think they need to try to make it a little. There you go. See? And you're walking around with this phone around your neck. But to me, that's kind of heavy to be walking around like that. So I don't, I don't use it. And plus, that I was afraid I might drop my phone. I don't know what. Oh. Wait a minute, y'all. I think somebody hacked this phone again. Somebody hacked it before. But anyway, my mother, of course, she was all right. She was like, I'm trying to think, did she stay in there a couple of days, I think, because she was dehydrated. They was able to pick her skin up, pick it up. And I said, Mom, you had the phone, why didn't you call me? She said she don't know why she didn't call me. And I said, you had water. If you're in the bathtub, the water in that bathtub is clean. Drink the water. You wouldn't have been I was kind of upset. I am very upset. Because, let me tell y'all a little secret in case you don't know. You can live longer without food than you can without water. You can, in other words, as long as you could get you some water. I think you got about 7 days, that you can go. But you gotta have that water, because your body is made of, I think, 75% water. I forgot how it goes, y'all. You have to look that up. But I know that you can live longer without food than you can without water. I remember one time when I was married, I'm just jumping all over the place, y'all, because I need a little bit more sleep. But I got up early and I felt good. But anyway, one time when I was married, and my husband, he he was a preacher, by the way. And he went on a fast. I forgot how many days he went on that fast. But he lost so much weight. He almost didn't even look like the same husband. And he had lost so much weight, he had to actually wear suspenders for his, clothes. But he wasn't on a all water fast. It was, I think he was doing fish and honey or something like that he would eat once a day. I don't know how in the world he made it, but he lost so much weight until his clothes were actually looked like they were loose, like like his pants were like loose like that, and he had to wear suspenders. But I've never been on a fast. The longest I think I've ever went without eating was maybe 4 or 5 hours. Yep. Some people can do it, but just in case you get into a situation. And then one other thing, we need to learn how to do. We need to learn how to survive by just living on the land. If there's no food that you might not be able to have no chicken, no pork chop, no hamburger and all that. The fast food places might not be open. They're saying like times are going to be very tough. Which I mean, I don't know if it's going to be as tough as it was back there during the Depression. But it was getting pretty rough back there when we had when COVID was, back there. And 3 years, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago? COVID, the shelves in the supermarkets and everything was getting very thin. The water shelves, canned goods, paper good, toilet paper. I was ordering my toilet paper from Amazon. And matter of fact, I still got some of that same toilet paper that I don't think I bought any. So did I buy any toilet paper since COVID? I don't think, if I did, it was one pack. Because I've got toilet paper enough. I had so much toilet paper stacked up on my, right next to my TV. Now, the one thing I couldn't get a lot of was the water, because I was trying to bring stuff home on my scooter, and sometimes I would have a ride. And so the most cases of water, I think I had maybe three at a time. And canned goods, oh, wow, I had went to a BJ's, one of them big box stores. And I had cases of green beans and cases of Bush's baked beans and cases of peaches and, oh man, you name it. I had it right there in my bedroom on them shelves and stuff. I was ready for Freddie. And plus I was getting the government boxes from my office over here. A lot of that stuff I didn't like though. As a matter of fact, she called me, talked to me the other day and asked me did I still want the box. I said, no, I don't like the food. She says, well, if you don't come get it, they take you off. I said, well, I said, can I just pick some stuff out of it? Which she told me I could, but I don't want to go through that. Give it to someone else. That food is horrible. I feel like this here. Government, if you got something to give people, give them something that you would eat. Because, you wouldn't eat that stuff. But some people find that it's good for them. But see, I'm not, I wasn't raised that way. I'm raised with my food. Got to be, seasoned from the South. And down South, how good people used to come from up north down South and talk about the difference in the food. Because a lot of the food that we had down South was grown in the garden. We had a garden, we had a field, and that's where you grow it at. Down home. North Carolina, that's where I'm from, y'all. Don't you hear that accent up in there? Well, a lot of people tell me I don't have no accent. Well, I've been here. I came up north when I was at the age of 14. So that's 60, over 60 some years ago. When I went down south, it felt like I was going to a foreign country. I don't even feel like I ever lived there. Really don't. And I never really want to go back there. I don't really know anyone down there. All my relatives are here. Yeah. So, anyway, y'all, if you learn to live on the land and, when you get your little canned goods, you get you some tuna. I got tuna. Matter of fact, when I went shopping the other day, I think you saw my little haul, but I had already had some tuna in my little stash in my room. And I think now I've got about maybe nine cans, because I usually buy about 3 cans. Depends on what the sale is. 3 to 6 cans at a time. But I don't want to get too many because the date, you got to watch that date. And when I go shopping tomorrow, I got my part of a list written down here, and I'm going to get some, where's my list? It's a very short list, right? But I'm going to write some more stuff on there, just stuff that I'll make sure that I don't forget. And I want to get some canned mackerel. And you know what? I got 1 can of Spam that I've had in there for, since COVID. I don't even know what the date is on that Spam. I thought I had given everything away to the ex-husband because he has, like a church. And so I would give him, some of the good stuff, not that government stuff. I gave him some of the government stuff too, but I'm just saying I gave him some of the good stuff that I had gotten from BJ's, like Del Monte, green beans, Bush baked beans, stuff like that, because I was afraid the cans and stuff was going to expire before I got around to eating them. And so I'm trying to think of what else I can get when I go to the store. I know I'm going to Walmart and I'm going to ShopRite. Meat. I want some meat. And get me some meat and start trying to eat a little bit more meat. Because I've been eating too much tuna fish. And they say that, oh Lord, it's... What time have I been? I just got up here. 22 minutes, y'all. Do you believe that? I don't believe it. Something is wrong with the clock on my phone. It feels more like I've been up here maybe 10. Oh my goodness. Let me say hello to the birds, y'all. Maybe I should name my subscribers the AAK birds. You don't want to be called no birds though, right? Okay. We'll think. I personally, I like the AAG team, Team AAG, and Team All Around Grandma, and then the All Around Grandma team. Now, that's just me. And the other one that I'm sort of leaning to is the AAG crew, or either, All Around Grandma crew. And on that note, y'all think about it. Think about it. Give me some ideas. I've got them written down, and my daughter, she did a poll with the family like I was getting ready to tell you earlier. We got this thing, like a setup for the family that, we could chat back and forth to each other, or if something is happening, we could just, and the whole family will, be in on it. And the family leaned to, I think they were saying fam, AAG fam. But there's too many people that's got that. That's, always saying, hi fam. Think about it, y'all. And on that note, I'll see you again in a little while.